Hello, Cassandra Monkey with episode 2 of Death School. And without further ado, let's all begin to die. Because only a few of us will die, but still, those are the spoilers. Let's start this, shall we? I thought I told you to get lost. This isn't possible. I searched the courtyard, but no matter how I try to leave, I encounter the invisible wall wherever I go. There is no way out. Oh no. My anxiety, which seemed so irrational just moments ago, now feels perfectly justified. I turn and race back towards the school doors. Maybe one of the teachers is here. Has to be someone who knows what's going on. There's no way out. If not, then where? No, don't think that. Don't like that. Don't think about being trapped. Focus on finding someone else. Oh, Star Platinum. I thought you already left. Ray? Finishing up work. Took a lot longer than I expected. I'm done now, though if you still wanted to hang out. Never mind that. Listen, something seriously wrong here. There's an invisible wall blocking the way from the school grounds. What? I know it sounds crazy, but I swear it's true. You have to believe me. An invisible wall, right? I tried to get out, but I couldn't. It's blocking the way out of the courtyard. I'm aware that I'm shouting, but I can't help it. Does she really think I'd make something like this so insane? Yeah, you feel ridiculous for even trying, but I'll go and take a look at your invisible wall. She leaves and I pace in the hall. It shouldn't take too long before she finds out, and then we can look for help together. Maybe she'll say there's no way. Then what can get out? Here, I'll have other things to worry about, but at least we won't be trapped. Star Platinum, there is really a wall. See? What are we gonna do? This doesn't make any sense, though things like this don't happen. Obviously they do. You must have imagined it. No, we shouldn't both imagine the same thing. Shared hallucinations are possible, but for something like this? Ray? She's not even listening to me anymore. Her gaze is fixed on the floor as she mumbles under her breath. Could it be all a dream? No, I'm not dreaming. This is really happening. It could have been the wind or a strong wind. Wind? Maybe someone trapped us here for an experiment? A psychological experiment, maybe? But who would do this? Who could do this? Oh, I see what's happening now. Ray encounters something that doesn't understand. Her first instinct is to find a logic explanation for it. It's like a coping mechanism. If she can't, that's when she starts getting upset. Ray might start panicking soon. What should I do? Comfort her. Panties! Calm down, Ray. It's going to be okay. How can you say that? Our school is surrounded by an invisible wall, and that doesn't make sense at all. I know, it's a lot to take in. There's an understatement. I know, but what's going on either? But I promise everything is going to be okay. Really? Really? She always puts up a strong front, especially when she's acting like class leader. But sometimes she needs someone to rely on, too. I don't really know that everything is gonna be to work out. I'm moments away from screaming myself, but I need to be strong for her panties now. I can't stand how little sense this makes. It's an invisible wall. I can see straight through it on the other side, but I can't get out of here. I don't understand it either. Is it some sort of force field? When Ray tries to work through things logically, she usually wants someone there to listen and help her panties with an idea. Unfortunately, I'm not sure logic applies here. Is it really possible to make a force field like that? I don't know. And even if it is, why here? Why would someone trap us in the school? It can't be for anything good. I place my hand on her panty shoulders. We'll get to the bottom of this, and then maybe I can get to the bottom of you. But how? None of it makes sense. First Miku, and now this? Oh, no. The last thing I want to think about is what happened with Miku. I force a Spax shudder and try to look calm. I take a deep breath. We need to handle this one step at a time. We'll work this out. Okay. She takes a few deep breaths herself, and I give her shoulder a reassuring squeeze. At last she makes gaze meets again. I'm doing better now. Good. Thanks, Star Platinum, for listening and for being here. Anytime. I know you're probably upset about this too, but here you are comforting me. Talking to you about it helps me feel better. Does that mean you're actually trying to convince yourself that everything's gonna be okay? Maybe a little bit. Good. Wait, how is that good? If you really processed and accepted this whole situation already, I might have started to think I just was weird. I'm glad this doesn't make sense to you either. Hey, if that's what it takes, I'm glad I could help. We'll stick together and find a way through this, right? Right. You won't tell anyone how upset I got, will you? Not if you don't want me to, Master. Good. If anyone else is here, it's important that they don't see us panicking. They need a leader who will stay calm under this pressure. Isn't that kind of the opposite of what just made her feel better? Oh well, this is how she copes at times like this. I'll be counting on you, Star Platinum. Don't worry, we'll get out of here together. Any ideas? I was on my way to find the teacher. I thought maybe someone might know what's going on or how to get out. Unfortunately, I think all of the teachers have already left. They're usually done with their meetings by this time. Really? They all left before us? We're stuck here all alone? We don't know if we're the only ones in here or not. But there aren't any teachers. How are they even allowed to leave the school unattended with students still inside? The half-historical thoughts run through my mind. That's one we get out of here. We should sue them for negligence. Someone unusually comes by to make sure all the doors are locked. But if the wall prevents us from reaching the outside, it would probably prevent him from reaching us too. Someone comes by, he might notice that something's wrong and can get help. That would be nice. Hey, it's good to see that other people are here. As two of them approach, Ray straightens her shoulders and turns to face them, perfectly composed, the image of a leader once again. I assume you two got trapped here, just like we did? We just tried to leave and ran into some sort of invisible wall. What's going on? It makes little sense, little guilt. But I'm glad to see them. I wish they were trapped, but having other people around makes this easier to bear than when I thought it was just the two of us. The important thing is to stay calm. Panicking won't help us. We need to work through this calamity, and logically. Definitely in leader mode now. First, does anyone have a cell phone? I tried to call out already, and the first thing I did, there was no signal. I get out my own cell phone and take a look at the screen like I can't contact. I try to access the internet, but it won't work either. How is that possible? We normally can get service just fine here. What should I say? The wall must be cutting off our connections. But how? What is this? We don't know how high the wall extends or what it's made out of. It doesn't look like it's made out of anything. But obviously there, and it must be able to block cell phone signals as easily as it blocks us from passing through. Couldn't we try the landlines in the school office, or maybe the computers in the computer lab? Those are both good ideas. There also should be someone coming by to check on the doors. And at the very least, when people try to come into school tomorrow morning, they'll realize that something's gone wrong. I feel as though I'm falling to pieces as Ray's second in command. If she's taking charge in a situation, she needs someone to help her. Panties! Not that I'd say no to someone else coming here to save us. Right now, we have their three main goals: to find out if anyone else is in the school and try to contact people outside and see if we can figure out how this happened. Or this could even is, why don't we go to our homeroom classroom so we can sit down and plan out our next plan there? Sounds good. The others agree as well, and we sit off in the hall together. The school is empty. It feels even stranger, more surreal than when I left the club meeting. I wonder if the others got out or if they're trapped in here too. We round through the corners of the head into the schoolrooms, but someone is standing in the hallway ahead. Miko! That's Miko, isn't it? Is she okay? She looks like she's in some sort of trance. Here, I thought she was creepy enough before. We take a few cautious steps towards her panties, and Miko stirs, shaking her head and blinking almost as though she was walking up. Oh, hey! So the four of us are trapped here, too. She sounds a little dazed. What should I do? I'm worried about her panties! If she's having some sort of medical problem, we definitely aren't equipped to deal with it right now. Miku, are you okay? Me? When we walked up, you looked like you were in some sort of trance or something. Oh. Are you okay? It's sweet of you to be concerned, Star Platinum. I'm fine. Are you sure? Yes, I was just trying to adjust all of this. What are you talking about? We're in grave danger. My stomach flips when I snap at her panties for saying such things, but I can tell from the look in her face that she's completely sincere and she believes that every word of it. Danger? From the same force that has trapped us here. How do you know that? Are you involved in what happened? Did you cause all of this? She sounds pretty suspicious, and I can't really blame her. Pennies! Miku's reaction to the situation is decidedly strange. Maybe we should pay more attention to her. Penny's warning earlier. No, I'm not involved. Then how do you know we're in danger? I'm not like other people. You could say that again. Michiru! I've always been different even since I was a little girl. I can sense things other people can't. Unusual, dangerous things. Like what? Supernatural forces, also danger and misfortune like accidents about to happen, people or ill intent. I see. Most people don't understand a lot of times. They either don't believe me or think I'm crazy. Or when they see one of the predicaments come true, they blame me for what happened. I'm sorry. I'm not. Michiru, stop! Why? This girl has been freaking out people all day, saying creepy stuff about darkness and how we're in danger. I can sense it, but I don't know what it is. We only have your word for that. Isn't anyone else suspicious of how she transferred here on the same day the wall shut up, or how she was in a trance when we arrived a few minutes ago? What are you trying to say, Mitsuru? I'm saying she probably is responsible for the wall. I am not. I can predict things, but I don't cause them. Then why did you spend the entire day trying to scare people? That was never what I intended to do. Something trapped us in the school and you're the most suspicious person around. Should I intervene? Yeah, intervene. Stand up for her panties! Leave her alone, Mitsuru. What? I believe Miku is telling the truth. Thank you. Come on, Star Platinum. Don't you see how suspicious she is? I get you're saying that, but if Mitsuru really was responsible for the wall, why would she have spent all day drawing attention to herself by talking about the darkness? Well, it's like you caught her trying to summon evil forces or something like that. And why would she have been warning us that we're in danger? I guess you have a point. I don't know what caused this, but I don't believe it was Miku. Thank you, Star Platinum. I really didn't mean to scare anyone. I know. You just wanted to warn us, right? Yes. She rubs her penny's head. Because of the way people react, I try to hide my powers whenever possible. It was difficult today, though. The darkness was too strong. Do you think the darkness you sensed was whatever trapped us here? It might be at first. I thought it was just because I needed to adjust to my new area. But now... Her shoulders slump and she looks entirely miserable. I step closer to her. Pennies! It's okay. We're going to get out of here, all of us together. And everything will be fine with your powers. Maybe you can even warn us of any danger. You mean you want me to do that? Of course. Why wouldn't I? Then my powers don't scare you? It was at first uncomfortable earlier today, but when I don't know what you are talking about, I don't find your powers themselves scary. Really? It's sort of like having a sixth sense, right? That's not scary. It actually sounds pretty useful. But when I predicted that something bad is going to happen, it upsets people. You probably should work on your delivery. Yelling about how someone is about to be in danger might scare them. I don't yell about it. But you should be... But it should be too bad if you explain your ability to someone and calmly tell them that they should watch out. I think it's pretty cool, actually. Oh, no one ever complimented me about my power before. Maybe this will be the first of many times. With a shy smile, she reaches out and clasps my hand. She holds it for a few moments and then releases it. Thank you, Star Platinum. I hope it is. I look at the others, letting my firm gaze linger on Michiru the longest. Miku is trying to help us. It's not her fault that she can sense things. I don't want anyone to give her pennies a hard time about it, I understand. Ray, I, and Mitsuru look rather conflicted, but also sheepishly. Finally, he nods too. Good! You don't have to do that. I want you to feel comfortable like talking to us about, and you don't have to be alone. You don't have to hide your powers. You have no idea how good it feels to hear that. With that settled, let's get back on track. Do you have a plan of getting out of here? Not exactly. There are a lot of things we need to go over, but we thought we'd head back to the homeroom to discuss the situation. I see. It's probably not good for us to split up at the time. So why don't you come with us? Yes, I'll probably be best to do it. Me too. Let's go! We continue down the hall toward our classroom. Miku walks with us, although her legs behind, still seeming a bit distracted. If she really senses the darkness that trapped us here, it might be overwhelming now because of the wall. As far as from her as possible, Michiru starts to walk faster and faster until he reaches the front door of the group. I hurry up and catch up with him. This could be bad if no one does anything about it. Mitsuru! Don't say it. I know what you're gonna say. And you don't have to. I know I'm being paranoid. Well, maybe she isn't responsible for this, but every time she starts to talk about darkness, it gives me the creeps. I understand. I just want to get out of here. Don't worry, we will. Are you sure about that? Once we all sit down together and talk this through, we should be able to figure something out. Especially if Miku can detect anything more specific about the situation, although I shouldn't say that out loud to Mitsuru. I hope you're right. We reach the classroom at last. Mitsuru heads in the door, and I follow behind him with the others a few steps away. Wait, don't! Her panic scream barely has time to register with me as I cross the threshold. Beneath our feet of the classroom, the floor cracks and crumbles. Even as I try to turn back, the floor falls away entirely. Mitsuru and I tumble into the black abyss. Mitsuru and I are falling into the void beneath us. Seems to stretch on forever. What happens to the floor? Can the others catch us in time? And does this have anything to do with the strange wall around the school? Find out in the next chapter. Alright everybody, here's I'm gonna wrap this video up. If you like it, I want you all to punch that like button in the face. Like a boss! And high fives all around. And if you're new to the channel, thank you for joining. Hope you enjoy this day. And remember, the most important part of the video is you, the reader. Cassandra Maki, out!